Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wallach. We're here each and every day at 8 a.m. for your viewing, listening pleasure. And my purpose is to get you to think. That's all it is. In case you don't know who I am, I'm the founder and senior minister of the Agape Center for Spiritual Living. I'm located in Frisco, Texas. That's where we broadcast from. That's where we do our thing from. That's where when we do have in-person services, that's where we have it. But we're basically a worldwide spiritual community. We realize that the old model no longer works, that people are going to find a vibration, a connection wherever they are, and they're going to find it on the web. It's amazing that communities are being formed on the web, and that's what's happening here. I have a meditation community that meets every morning at 7 a.m. You're welcome to be a part of it. You just got to go to agapecsl.com, click on the link, or click on the calendar, and you'll find the link. But today I wanted to talk about this idea of personal responsibility. It's one that we so avoid. And here's the thing about personal responsibility. Personal responsibility requires us to ask questions. Not only to ask questions, but to question everything. Everything. Over and over and over again. Because what is it we're experiencing? Do you get it? What are we experiencing? We're experiencing our perceptions. We're not experiencing a reality that's bound in fact. We're experiencing an outer event through the perception or the filter of our mind. And what we need to do is we need to ask the question. Good morning, Sandy, Austin, Annette, Zipline, and Maylan. Thank you for checking in. The rest of you, check in. Let me know you're out there. Give me questions. I love it. And so what I've come to understand is that there's so much fear out there. There is so much fear out there. So let's take one of the issues that we got fear on. One of the issues we got fear on. Good morning, Deborah and Kavita and Quentin. We've got fear about COVID. Here, let me share with you a fact. According to the CDC, 99.4% of the people who get COVID that are under the age of 70 recover with no problem. 99.4%. Should you have all that fear? I don't think so. What does that fear do? That fear actually weakens your immune system. That actually slows down your immune system from processing. So stop focusing on the fear about it. Here's what I would advise you to focus on. Focus on being healthy. Focus on having a balanced body. Focus on breathing every day. The people at Agape, I am teaching them the Wim Hof breathing technique. And you don't need me to teach it to you. Just go to YouTube and start doing it every day. You'll find that when you oxygenate your body, you're creating a body temple that can heal itself of just about anything. That's simple. Then the question you ask is my body balanced with nutrition? Do I have enough vitamin D, vitamin C? Those are real, and zinc. Those are real important with this COVID thing. Those are real important, especially vitamin D and zinc. Are you getting that in? You see, I question everything to find out what can I do to achieve what I want. I'm not achieving to avoid COVID. I'm setting my achievement to be healthy. To be healthy. People say, why do you work out almost every day? Why do you eat so healthy? Because I want to live a life with a healthy body. I want to be able to pick my granddaughter up and play with her. She's 2.5. If I was a typical person my age, I couldn't do that. Most people my age, and Deborah, I'm sure you'll see that with people that you know, they're not physically active. They can't physically participate in life to the degree they want. Why? Because they haven't taken care of themselves. They've let the law of averages take over. And folks, I'm just going to say it. If you don't understand the law of averages, let me explain it really simply for you. It's this. If you don't set and hold a constant intention about what your experience is, the law of averages or the collective consciousness, the collective awareness around you will start to control your energy and where you put your focus. I.e., let me give you the prime example. If you're watching the news and you're not conscious, the news will influence you and you will develop an energy, and that energy will attract to you what you're focusing on. Happens all the time, and we don't even realize it. The media is smart. They're manipulating people like it's going out of style. Buy this, buy that, do this, don't do that, do this, do this. No, stop and question. That's the best thing you can do, is question everything. Because then you'll find new answers. When you find new answers, you can find a new direction for your life. What area of your life are you seeking a new direction in? And if you're not questioning that area, then I ask the question, why are you settling? Really good question. Why are you settling for a life that doesn't meet a high expectation for yourself? And you may be achieving great things in some areas of your life, but in other areas you're not. Then you got to ask the question, why don't I feel worthy enough? Why don't I feel worthy enough to have that experience in my life as well? You can have more than one experience of greatness. You just got to believe it's possible. And then you've got to take steps. And one of the things that I've come to understand is that the B word is real important. And do you know what the B word is? The B word is balance. And this is where most people fall down. They don't live a balanced life. And because of that, they experience these real highs and real lows. But if you live a balanced life, you're going to focus your energy in all the areas of life, whether it's financial, career, relationships, spirituality, health, and well-being. Those are the 5 areas that I tend to focus on. I can put everything into those 5 areas, and it makes it real simple for me. If you can achieve balance in those areas, if you've got a vision and you can balance those areas, you're going to be in a really good state of mind. My thing is, if I put 20% effort into each of those areas, I get 80% of the result. That's the 80-20 rule. So if nothing else, you can put 20%. Some days, though, you may have to put more in because it's really lopsided, but you can always come back. 80-20, 20% effort gets 80% of the result. Do you need more than 80% of the result? That's a good question. That's a really good question. If on a 10 scale, in all 5 areas, you could measure an 8, 10 being high, 0 being low, and you could measure an 8 in your relationships, in your finances, in your career, in your health and well-being, and in your spirituality, how would your life be different if you could register an 8? Isn't that a great question? I'll tell you what, 8 is really good. 10 is trying to achieve perfection. I ask the question, is it an unrealistic expectation? And what type of time commitment and effort would that require? And then what would that do? If you put in 100% effort in one area of your life, what would that do to the other 4? And then what would the quality of your life be? Some good questions. So today, here at Agape in Texas, we're not doing in-person services. We stopped that. We stopped that because of what's going on. Not that I have fear, but I have to honor the community and what's happening out there in the area in which we live. So we're going back into studios. So at 10:30 my time Central, I'll be doing a talk. And I've got a great one presented. So if you're interested, just tune in on YouTube, Facebook. It'll all be there for you. And do me a favor, folks. Share this. Share this message so that more and more and more people can hear it. And if you have questions, you want to know things, write me. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to share my ideas with you. It's one of my highest values. So until we meet again, if no one says this, or if everyone says this, it doesn't matter. I want you to know that I accept you and I love you just the way you are. Have a great day, everybody. Aloha.